I am Kara858, and today we're bringing you Season 2, Episode 9 of Bonds Beyond Time, our Mage the Ascension campaign. We're heading towards our penultimate episode for the season, and we want to give a huge thank you to the love and support we've received for this campaign, especially from the Vamling community. We're excited to be back to tell this wonderful story. So let's introduce our cast, display who they are, who they're playing, and any projects they're working on. And I want to start with a curveball and go from the bottom and work our way up. So let's start with you, Michael. You'd like to talk about yourself, who you're playing, and projects you're working on.
Oh, no. Hi, my name is Michael, or Nosferatu. I am playing the resident secondary dumpster fire and punching bag, Walter. And as for other projects I'm working on, recently I joined the T3RPG Glaza on Twitch to play some Root one-shots, and that was fun. So if you guys follow Glaza, you can go check that out on their Twitch. That's it.
All right, fantastic. Next, we have the fam here, Melee Damage. You'd like to talk about yourself, who you're playing, and projects you're working on.
Hi there, I'm Melee Damage. You can find me on all the socials, whatever they are, /Melee Damage. And that is the best way to stay updated on everything that I'm doing. And a lot of news coming out very soon. So do follow me on the socials and stay updated with that. Lots of music and film stuff coming up to be very excited about. You can catch me in the streaming world and on the interwebs doing things sometimes. And tonight I am playing Irene, who is Ari's older sister, and is the other aforementioned dumpster fire of the group, but she's comfortable there. It's her jam. And she is a tiny trash panda person and makes her heart happy.
It's okay. Next, we have the wonderful Sharif. Who'd like to talk about yourself, who you're playing, and projects you're working on.
Sure. So, hey, everybody, I'm Sharif, playing Galewin True, he, him. I'm also he, him as well. Galewin's age adventurer, finding out about new chemicals that exist that are used in interesting ways. Just looking forward to, as you said, heading toward the penultimate. That's nuts. So, yeah, I'm really looking forward to see what Ree has in store for us.
All right. Any projects you'd like to talk about?
Oh, yeah. So you can catch me at Rivals Waterdeep Sundays, 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern at twitch.tv/Rivals Waterdeep. You can catch me. Actually, those are the only, just this and that are the only two regular things that I'm doing. Have a few other things here and there. But those are the two main things.
All right. Perfect. Next, we have the fam here. Aki, you'd like to talk about yourself, who you're playing, and projects you're working on.
Sure. Hi, everybody. I'm Aki. You can find me over on Twitter at MixGenie in a Bottle. That's MXGINIINABOTTLE. And other projects that I'm working on right now, you will have been able to see the season 2 premiere of Total Party Kills, like the new class, basically. Really excited for you all to see what we've been working on. Please let me know how you liked it. Tweet at me about what you thought. That's over at Scabby Rooster on Monday nights at 8 p.m. And then, of course, I have a couple of other things that I'm not ready to announce yet, that like some one-shots and some short runs that are going to be coming up here fairly soon. And then, of course, those of you who might be waiting to figure out when part 2 of New Pantheon Academia is going to be starting, of our most recent season, that's also coming soon. There'll be more announcements about that as well. I play Diesel, a member of the Celestial Chorus and the all-around flirty boy. I don't know, y'all. One day that's going to catch up with them and get them in some trouble, but it hasn't yet. So we'll see how it goes. I saw face cast for one of the characters we met last weekend, and Ree was like, "You can't flirt with every NPC," and I was like, "But pretty."
I know. Like, you presented his face right before me. I just had to give it a shot.
But yes, both Diesel and my pronouns they them. And yeah, I'm excited to get into it tonight.
All right, perfect. Speaking of Ree, let's go ahead and go to our fantastic storyteller Ree. Like to talk about yourself, who you're playing, and projects you're working on.
Hello, everyone. I am at Big Dude Ree on all of the socials, so feel free to follow me there to get a full list of everything that I'm up to. Really quickly, we do have coming up it'll be coming up in Sunday close to you, an episode of Erythian Nights will be live, so you should check that out over on Reroll's Twitch channel. But tonight I will be playing the supporting cast and villains for these wonderful people here, and I don't feel bad at all for whatever happens to them. It's really all their fault at this point. So we'll see what happens.
Sweet. How sweet. That's so sweet.
He truly cares. He truly cares.
Yeah.
But as for yours truly, I am Kira858. I played lovable Sweet Bean Ari, who just got burned on their arm. So it should be fine. Let's see how things go. Of course, you can be able to find me of all of our content on twitch.tv/Kira858, as well as here on YouTube at the Cookout TTRPGs, where we have a wide variety of diverse content, not just representation, but also content. If you like, what was it? My apologies. For some strange reason, I got stuck with the music in my head and just started to loop. I was like, where did that come from? You shouldn't be able to hear it. But of course, if you follow us on twitch.tv/Kira858, you'll be able to see our brand new TTRPG campaign called Fractured Destiny, which again, if you like This Is Us, you're going to love this, as well as another one of our brand new campaigns that's coming out on Sunday called A Mist, Light, and Shadow, which has a little bit of grittiness to it. Again, if you want to keep up with all of our content, just make sure to follow us on Twitter at the Cookout TTRPGs for not just TTRPG related goodness, but Die Hard Dice giveaways and more. With that said, we're going to go ahead and transition to our intro video for episode 9 of Boss Beyond Time.
Bones Beyond Time. A Mage the Ascension campaign. Ari. A-Red. Shay. Diesel. Walter. Galewind. Bones Beyond Time.
All right, so before we dive into our story, a quick reminder, we are not our characters, so we may get into dark things or have our characters do make poor decisions, and as a result, bad things may happen. But I trust you, I assure you, we are all wonderful people. So, and as a result, if something happens that makes you uncomfortable, please feel free to pause, stop, skip ahead, get a sandwich, whatever you have to do. I've spoken with the players here, and they've all let me know what's up with how they want to handle certain things, and as a result, we've reached an understanding on that. So please take care of yourself. Now that that warning is out of the way, though, we get to see what our mages have gotten themselves into. So, our story is going to pick up immediately where we left off, as Diesel and Amani are making their way through the crowds of people back in the general direction of Tower City, where you both kind of pause for a moment as you realize the ground beneath your feet shakes for a moment. And you see the three women pause and just for a second look uncertain before you see in the distance, about maybe 2 blocks from where you're standing, a large cloud of black smoke begins to pour into the sky and people begin to scream. What do you want to do?
Shit. Yeah, Diesel pulls out his phone or their phone and immediately texts Iron, is everything all right? As they're making their way, immediately just kind of trying to push through the crowd and get closer to where they see the smoke coming from. They've completely forgotten that Imani is even there. They just noticed that there seems to be some sort of chaos happening in the direction they know all their friends are.
You pull out your phone, and as you finish this message, as you're trying to push your way through the crowd, rolling me charisma and intimidation.
Charisma, intimidation. I don't have any dots in intimidation.
Gonna be difficult. Unless you're trying to push your way through panicking people without getting run over.
What's my difficulty level?
We'll say 7.
There we go. Just on charisma alone, I got one success.
Okay, with one success, it's difficult as you're trying to push through the groups. People begin to turn towards you as they're trying to escape, and more than a few of them bump into you. Some of them step on your feet, and it's difficult. You're able to push your way through, and as you get there, you see that there is an alleyway that just is billowing black smoke. You can see at the end of it, the door that was on it has been blown off, and parts of it is molten red with heat energy. You see people have already begun to cross the streets in every direction, and you can see just inside of it, there is a person who is laying on the ground facing toward you, but you can't quite make out who they are as the black smoke is making it difficult. What do you do?
Diesel is going to lift their shirt up over their face a little bit and make their way towards that unconscious body to see if it's somebody they know.
Okay, and as you get closer, you realize that the person laying facing toward you seems to not be that injured. You see bits of their hair has been kind of singed a bit, and as you get closer, you realize it is Aaron, who at this point, I will say, Aaron, as you are coming to, it takes you a moment as the ground seems to be shaking, and as you look around, your vision is shaking, and you see a person approaching you. You aren't sure who it is as your eyes are trying to focus. What do you want to do?
I try to sit myself up and figure out.
No. Take it slow. Easy.
Oh, cool. Oh, it's you. Okay. Holy crap, Ari, where's Ari?
I don't know. You're the only person I can see. What the hell happened? Never mind. You stay right here. I'm going to go find Ari, okay?
Oh, Walter. Okay, yeah. I hope
stay
he's
right
okay.
here. Yeah, I'm going to go in and look for them. You stay here.
And Irene will collapse back onto the sidewalk for a nice little nappy nap.
And Diesel is going to, again, pull their shirt up over their face and, forge ahead into the room that is billowing smoke and see if they can find the rest of their people.
Okay, and as you enter, the room itself is clearly been scorched. As you can see, a ring of burn marks kind of going from the center of the room. Basically, for Diesel's height, I would say it's more like upper shoulder length and around. And as you look around, you do see Ari, who at this point is beginning to pull themselves up to their feet shakily. How much damage did you take last time, Ari?
What aggravated damage? So I'm at bruised.
Okay, so you see as you get closer, Ari has this kind of nasty looking burn on the the upper part of the hand, just below where the knuckles of the fingers start, and it goes up to the wrist.
I think the creator. All right, Ari, let's get you out of here, okay? Your sister is outside.
I'm sorry, I couldn't stop it.
No. You don't have to apologize. Let's just get you outside. I'm gonna find Galewind and Walter, and we're gonna get out of here, okay?
It hurts.
I bet it does. We're gonna take it slow. And Diesel actually picks Ari up and carries them out. And they're keeping an eye out, looking for Walter and Galewind as they do. Walter, Galewind,
alertness check.
I do not have any alertness. What's my difficulty level?
Well, 7.
Cool.
This smoke is going to be difficult to notice people.
Yeah, I'm going to spend a willpower for an extra success. And
you have a flirtness.
No, and that's 2 more successes for 3.
I get it.
Successes. You see both
Blurriness.
Galewind and Walter both knocked onto the ground about 10 feet away from you. Galewind seems to have begun moving again, but Walter seems to be either unable or not able to move or not willing.
Didn't hear me say that, Ari. Okay. Diesel gets to the door and basically dumps Ari next to Iron, like as gently as they can, and immediately like goes back in the room to Walter. And as they're headed in Walter's direction, they're like, Galewind, are you with me?
Am I awake?
At this moment, Galewind, you have started to come to, but you're kind of fading in and out of consciousness. How many levels of damage did you take last time?
I avoided it like damage wise, but I could see it still knocking me down. And
Okay. Then for you, as you kind of begin to check kind of the parts of your body, you find that you are overall still able to function, but you, from the mixture of kind of being knocked down by the blast and the smoke inhalation, your vision is kind of fading in and out. But you do hear someone is calling to you, but it almost sounds like they're speaking to you through water.
okay. Hello?
Yeah, Galewind, you awake?
Who is
I mean,
that?
It's me. It's Diesel.
Oh,
Iron and
I
Ari
got
are
such a
outside.
headache.
They're injured.
What
They need
happened?
help. Some kind of explosion.
oh. And then do I see Walter near me?
Make a perception alertness roll.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Diesel
good.
is headed in Walter's direction right now to get him.
Yeah, because like I imagine as I'm getting my bearings, I'm starting to look around. So
I'll say you didn't take any damage. I will say you don't have to make the roll, Galen. You didn't actually take any penalties. So I will say you do notice that Walter's about, from you, he's about maybe 4 or 5 feet away.
Okay. All right. So I run up to Walter and I start to try to wake him. Try to not massage him. try to shake him. To I might massage him.
You shake. Well, I mean that's a separate. That's a very different role. But you begin to shake him awake, and he does not seem to respond.
Walter.
Diesel,
You can go.
he's unconscious. He seems to have gotten knocked out in the blast. I'm gonna carry him out and get him out of the smoke first. Then we can probably help him a little easier. And
All right,
and
well,
Ari and Iron are outside. They're injured too. They need help.
Okay. Do you know where they are?
Yeah, just outside the door. Follow me.
Okay. All right. So I'm gonna follow and go towards them.
Walter, as you begin to come conscious, you feel a presence watching over you. It's almost as if there is someone just outside of your field of view. And as you begin to open your eyes, you find yourself not where you thought you were. Your memories are fragmented at the moment, and you can feel that you should be in pain, but you feel an odd sense of relief washing over you. It's almost as if the calm has kind of found you. What do you do?
Walter looks around. Where is he?
You find yourself standing at what looks to be roll an occult roll for me.
Oh boy.
Difficulty 7.
Okay. So let me just set up my dice pool. That would be
Intelligence and occult.
Intelligence and occult. And occult is a knowledge, if I remember correctly. Yes. Difficulty 7.
Yep, difficulty 7.
Would my keen edged mind apply as a specialty for this?
I will allow it.
All right, let's go. Let's see. How will the dice treat me today? 1 success, but one of them is a 10, but it negates. Bummer.
Did you have a 1?
I had a 1 and a 10.
Okay. Okay. As you begin to come to slowly, and it feels familiar to you, but you aren't entirely sure where. And you look around and you see a man about 5 feet away from you who seems to be standing just kind of in the middle of this wooden rowboat. And he seems to be staring at you.
Walter's gonna approach the man? Question mark.
As you move closer, you feel yourself moving. You want to move toward him, but as you step, the distance between the two of you does not change.
Walter just looks out like, what is this? Where am I?
I'm afraid that question is more difficult to answer than you have time for.
Who are you?
I go by many names for you mortals. The sight at the end, the light. I think Charon is the one you'd be most familiar with.
Walter just looks at him. Am I dying?
Somewhat. Technically, you are always dying.
I like that.
Why am I here? I'm not supposed to be here.
You will always have ideas about what you're supposed to be doing or where you're supposed to be. You'll never actually know what you're supposed to be doing. But to answer your question, it's because someone really wanted you to die. And for some reason, you and your friends keep managing to avoid it just barely.
Well, that person can get banned because I need to be out there helping them and not here.
Fair enough. Well, it doesn't change what you're dealing with now. I will be honest with you, the explosion you so foolishly threw yourself on top of wasn't normal.
Figured as much.
Screw it. Your soul is slowly being destroyed. Now, I can fix it for you, or you can cross over to the other side and be done with it. I would strongly recommend you do that, to be honest.
What do you want from me if you can fix it? What do I need to do for you? Because I know there is a catch.
Even when you people are dying, you always have so little patience. There is something I need from your group. You people have been investigating too many things where I come from, and I need a certain item returned to me.
What item?
In exchange for you bringing it to me, assuming you can. To be honest, your track record with accomplishments isn't exactly stellar. You can consider your debt to me to be paid. If you die before that happens, you will have to pay your debt in a different way. And I assure you, it won't be pleasant.
I imagine as much. But they need me. I need to be out there, so wanna shake on it?
You will always say stuff like that. Someone needs you. It's never true. People do not need other people. Your friends would move on very easily without you.
Maybe. But am I gonna but I'm gonna be around to see that happen. It was like Howard a shrug. If they move on, I at least wanna make sure it's my fault first.
I would say the fact that you're here is mostly your fault. Really, you could have moved out of the way. You didn't see any of the other ones jumping to save you.
I don't care. I'll do it.
Very well. Who am I to tell you what to do? And as you see, he moves his hand, and for just a moment, you see the world around you distort. And you see, instead of the beach, you see hundreds, if not thousands, of people on different beaches and different places in time, all having similar conversations. You see, some of them are raging in anger, others are peacefully walking toward the boat. And as you turn your eyes back to Charon, he looks at you and he steps forward, and the distance between the two of you seemingly shrinks as he reaches out and places his hand on your chest. This is your last chance to back out.
Do it. I'm going back.
Very well. And he places his hand into your chest. I need you to make me a willpower roll. Difficulty 8.
All of my willpower?
Yep. Permanent willpower.
Willpower is and difficulty 8. Let's go. That's only one hit.
You feel pain irradiating from the center of your being, the part of you that is connected to life, and you can feel it's as if two forces inside of you are warring with each other, and it almost feels as if something is forcing this conflict into your soul, and you scream out in pain before opening your eyes. The rest of you see, just as you are looking at Walter's body, you see his skin take on this ashen gray color. And it's clear that he is certainly, if not dead, getting very close to it. And then suddenly his eyes fly open.
Walter gasps, looking around, confused, afraid. Where am I?
Walter?
What? Diesel?
Yeah. You okay?
No.
I know that was a silly question, but we're gonna get you taken care of.
Where are the others?
You're here with all of them. We brought you out. We're in an alley,
Yes.
just outside the building.
How?
Yes, there was a blast, and I don't remember much from it, but
You're not gonna believe what happened.
I mean, that's a loaded statement. We are literally magic.
I think I died, like legitimately died, and I talked to death itself. Maybe. And apparently something in that explosion was tearing my soul apart. This wasn't just a fireball. Someone wanted us dead. Like, legitimately dead. They're not playing anymore. Now I need to find some sort of an artifact and bring it back to Charon. Walter looks around. How bad is this injury?
You all can see now that a significant portion of Walter's chest is blackened from burns. But even more than that, you see his skin is still with this ashen gray feeling. And for you, Aaron, you feel almost an intrinsic discomfort from looking at him. It's almost... Actually, roll me your... We'll say for this, roll your arte for me.
Oh no.
A difficulty 7.
Two successes.
It feels as if they are more tuned with your opposite than anything else. It's almost as if you're looking at someone who isn't entirely alive, but they aren't entirely dead either. They're somewhere in between. And for you, that is uncomfortable.
You got a little something funky going on, Walter.
I do. Kind of looks.
More so than usual.
Kind of looks at the skin. This hurts.
Iron's gonna try and cast like a little bit of heals over there. She can walk up and place her hand. She will massage him to help.
Coming back full circle.
So their injuries are aggravated, so they will be vulgar to heal. Let's see.
All this massaging and Talents isn't even here.
Yes. I will say, because of the current situation, there isn't anyone watching you, so it'll be vulgar without witnesses. But the difficulty is increased by 1 for other reasons.
Oh.
So that brings your total up to 8 before you do anything, if you wish to reduce it.
Quintessence lowers it, right?
Good, yes.
That's lowers difficulty. Yeah.
I'm gonna just spend 1 to lower the difficulty to, is it 7 now?
I would bring it to 7, yes.
And just straight Arte roll, correct?
That is correct.
I believe in you.
Yes.
You can do it.
Wait a minute.
What does this look like?
Irene looks like she's doing some kind of like hippie version of Reiki, like very new age dumpster hippie looking type meditation kind of thing. And she's just kind of like waving her hands over and going, go with the vibe, just go with the vibe, Walter, just go with the vibe. And then she like ends with a little shoulder massage. She's like, envision colors, like think animals and stuff, like bring yourself to a peaceful, happy place.
Walter, confused, goes along with it.
Dumpster hippie.
So
that's
you
a phrase.
gain 1 level of paradox, Aaron. And as you are doing this, for a moment it feels as if your magic isn't going to be enough. As you kind of all can kind of see this pulse of life energy kind of spreading through Walter's body, and just for a moment it seems like this ashen gray color is going to mute it, but you do slowly see the burns beginning to heal. Walter, you recover 2 levels of aggravated damage.
Nice.
Walter just kind of looks at Aaron and says, thanks. Sorry about you ruining your jacket with that explosion business.
I thought that was your jacket.
Kind of like was like I bought it for you. Kind of like sings head because he's tired.
She looks like Irene looks genuinely confused. It, like you've broke her brain for a minute. It's like no one's ever done like a super like bought her something like super expensive before. So she's like kind of weary about it, but also like, are you genuinely being that? So you see this like little glimpse of like happy, like her inner child feels like a little healed for a second.
There's like this small smile on Walter's face, like, yeah. And he's like tries to stand up. It's like, I am so done with today.
I don't think that's constructive. We can't sit here and talk about. If we sit here and dwell on the mistakes that we made or the wrong steps we took to get to this place, we're gonna just talk ourselves in circles. You're not dumb, Walter. You made a mistake, and everybody does that. So why don't we try to recoup our losses here and get somewhere safe?
Did Walter manage to save the envelope by any chance?
No, unfortunately,
Damn it.
it was gone.
No, do we have it? Just since I think memory goes better, Walter just asks, by the by, does anyone happen to have the soon-to-be mayor's handwriting on hand?
Not that I know of. I don't think I have it.
Yes, I don't believe so.
Well then, because the envelope said something to remember me by, so it was personal. And I have two theories as to who it was, and I desperately want it to be the first one.
Can you share your theories with us?
I would rather not. And you just see his eyes kind of glide over to Arid and Ari, and then just kind of back to you. It's like just for a second, like there is like this. It's like, I'll make sure once we get home.
Should maybe do that sooner rather than later. And Diesel is going to kneel down so that Ari, so they can piggyback Ari.
Sorry, I couldn't stop it.
It's
not your fault.
Okay.
You don't need to apologize.
And asleep.
Because at this point, you all begin to hear sirens getting closer to your position.
I think we might have to go in the other direction unless you want to answer questions.
We're pulling it ahead in a direction that helps us avoid those sirens.
Yes.
Okay, I will say you all aren't doing anything particularly suspicious at the moment. So I will say it will take you some extra time to move through the crowds and things like that. Putting you all back at your vehicle, we'll say at about 11:30.
Yeah, Diesel will load everybody into the car, and they're not necessarily going to they're going to take their time driving everyone back so they don't get too jostled, and they keep looking in like the rear view mirror and like kind of looking over in the passenger seat, like they're constantly checking in with everyone, and like they won't let Walter drive. Like, well, I know that we came here with Walter's car as well, and they're like, Walter is not driving. None of you are driving. You're all riding in the car with me. We will come back for Walter's car later, kind of a thing. Like, just cramming everybody into my car.
Yeah, Ari is just sleeping on Iron's lap, and they kind of look up for just a couple of seconds, like, "Oh, where are you hurt too?"
I'm just really jostled, but I think I'll be all right. But you just nap, just rest.
Okay. Back to sleep.
Yeah, and like I'm dozing off as well. And Galen kind of is still just, he's not sure. Again, is this the effects of the explosion? Is this the effects of the smoking? Is it a mix? But he kind of is maybe not fully passed out, but is dozing in and out for sure.
I think that Diesel is fairly certain nobody has concussion, but like every now and again they'll just kind of call out Ari's name and wake them up. Just
I don't think I have, right? I have aggravated damage, but it's just bruised, right? So
yeah. Diesel is not the expert on like, you know, levels of health. Like they have no way of knowing like how hurt somebody is, or like that's not their training. But like everybody complains that their heads hurt and that like, you know, they felt like kind of out of it. So Diesel is just kind of they're being very cautious. They were not there when all of you got exploded.
Thankfully.
And they are in full caretaker mode right now. Yeah, just making sure you're okay, kid. You can go back to sleep.
Okay. It burns. Back to sleep.
Yeah, get everybody back to the theater.
Is there anyone awake besides Diesel?
Yeah, Iren is, and while everyone's sleeping, I feel like she's also trying to make the rounds in the car, giving everybody Reiki massages that she can reach, trying to get everybody in a little bit better shape during their nap.
Oh yeah, more massages.
Sure.
Sorry, Ree.
All right. That is fine. So it will be aggravated. So it will be Volker to heal aggravated damage, and I will be nice enough to say being in the car will shield you from witnesses. So go ahead. If there will be difficulty 7 for each of them, unless you spend points.
And each one of them gets a separate roll, correct?
That is correct.
Right.
I don't get any benefits being a twin soul. Like that doesn't make the difficulty easier. Like maybe.
No.
Just curious.
That's 3 successes on the first one, and the closest one to me is Ari. So Ari gets the first go around on that. And again, if I get 2 10s, that doesn't matter with Ari, correct?
Let me see. I don't believe you have. No, you do not have a specialty in that. So no.
Okay.
Okay. So for Arya, Arya is going to be healed up pretty well. If Arya listeners, you're good.
Yay! Aggravated God.
I would say, yeah. You can apply those 2 6. You only needed 1 success to heal Arya. You can apply the other 2 to a different person.
Okay. I feel like Galen would be next. So go.
Galen? I don't believe Galen is injured. I don't think.
Yeah, I think the only one. Yeah, only one who's left injured is Walter.
Yeah. I wasn't injured, but I guess in character, I guess you don't really have a way of knowing. I don't know. I'll you can make a decision if you want to heal me or not. But no, I'm not technically. I didn't take any levels of injury.
I just tucks a nice medicinal joint behind your ear so that when if you feel like
that's
like to ease anxiety, that's there.
Yeah, that's that real medicine. Let's do it.
Going back to Mother Earth. Okay.
And so then I guess she'll give the rest of those successes over to Walter again and try and get him with a second round of it.
I will say even with that would be enough to fully heal Walter.
Yoink. And, still looking like Kratos, but hey.
Kratos.
So you will gain a point of paradox for that as well, Aaron. Paradox numbers are increasing.
Oh no. Anyway.
We like that vulgar magic up in here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, so Diesel's whole thing right now is making sure everybody gets home safe. I think they stop. Do you guys have Dairy Queen? Stop at a Dairy Queen?
Yes.
Listen, we don't have Dairy Queen in my part of California, so it's a legitimate question. I don't know
It's like
who
a
does
luxury.
and doesn't have Dairy Queen.
Wait, I think there is one in San
we do.
Diego. Let me see.
No, I think the closest Dairy Queen to us is in it's not anywhere near where I am. I'd have to drive to get to a Dairy Queen.
What's Dairy Queen?
It is
no.
it is a delicious ice cream shop that has these wonderful thing called dip cones.
I am too European for
which
this.
are like the classic. It's vanilla soft serve dipped in a chocolate that turns into a hard chocolate shell, and it is literally the best thing you could possibly put in
those.
your mouth. And
I never liked
Diesel
those as
stops
a
at
kid.
Diesel stops at the Dairy Queen and buys ice cream for everybody.
Sweet.
Whiplash says what?
What?
Whiplash says what? We just got out of an explosion. Let's go buy ice cream. I love this.
Hey, they don't know what else to do.
Yeah, it's perfect. It's perfect.
Perfect. Love it.
You all
Like-
are putting your meager resources to the limit, but you are able to buy plenty of ice cream for yourself and
I
your
figure my
friends.
fame has given me a little bit of pocket change for ice cream.
Sure.
Tiny bit.
You would have been paid for performing tonight, so yes, you would have some money for ice cream.
I like just I hand Ari's cone to Iron, just wave it under their nose.
Oh yeah, no, totally. And Iron bites into hers though before she like wakes up. All right, so that like a little ice cream like dribble kind of like falls down, and some of that melting out of the like hard shell just like hits Ari right in the forehead.
Mm.
Oh, wake up! Hey, ooh, smell that! Look,
I smell chocolate.
chocolate. Yeah.
Oh, wait, where does that come from?
And she points to Diesel, goes, what did you think? Of course, Diesel saves day again.
Yeah, thank you. This is going to hit the spot.
Friend.
And
I honestly didn't know what else to do. Like I feel really bad that I wasn't there with all of you. I mean, I guess it's a good thing I wasn't, because I was able to help you when you all got hurt, but still I feel really terrible.
I don't feel bad. I mean, I was trying to stop it and I was too slow. So I mean, if it's anyone's fault, it's my fault. So don't feel bad.
It's definitely not
not.
your fault. It is the jackass who did its fault.
Oh. They take another bite from the ice cream, realizing that aspect. They were just thinking like, crap, I keep messing up. And they realized, oh wait, that's he used to do it. She should have never done it to begin with. Yeah, he's a bad guy. I don't like him.
And Walter taste food.
Sure. I'll say sure. so.
I like how reconsidered. If Walter can't taste food.
Seem fine. You feel your skin looks kind of ashen a bit, but no, you seem fine.
Now he looks like he feels on the inside.
Okay, I got sugar now, so I think I feel a little bit better. Does anyone have any other items that blew up?
No, but I think I remember what it looked like.
Also, was there like pieces from like the chest? No, nothing from the chest.
I don't think so, but I only remember what the handwriting on the envelope looked like. That's why I need to check something once we get home.
Well, okay, so I can't do that. But does anyone have Ira? Can I see your phone?
Yeah, hold on. And Iron pulls out a thing of the little wet wipe naps first.
Oh, you sure was gonna put all these chocolate fingers on the sidekick? It's a
So he
sidekick,
was
right?
not. Your sister said no.
Nope, not happening.
Character development. Let's
Yeah,
go.
yeah. He's like, oh yeah, I forgot about that. And so-
I don't mind, but the G key doesn't work anymore. I think there's something sticky, but go for it.
oh yeah, I can see it. And they're going to try to do a pretty much on the Google Maps, and they're pretty much just going to, especially now they have correspondence 3. They're going to try to scry to see if they can find that individual that they were following to see where they went off to.
So you are attempting to scry on a person you just saw once. Okay. So the
What, like it's
difficulty. So this is
hard?
going to be. Fair enough. I will say this will be. I'll say it's still coincidental. So it'd be difficulty 5.
Yay! All right.
Yay.
Just love that there is a very strong legally blonde energy from Ari. It's just like, what? Like, it's hard.
Ooh, well, I I mean, the dice may have agreed with that because that was 4 successes. Thank you.
You attempt to begin searching for this person, and after a few minutes, nothing seems to happen.
Interesting.
That's odd.
What?
He's not anywhere in Chicago.
Are you sure?
I'm pretty good when it comes to tracking things, but it's not able to locate them.
What does that mean? Does that mean, like, when you say he's not in Chicago, you mean not like in the city, or like not on this plane of existence?
Oh, I don't know. I just tried searching in Chicago. I mean, I could I try the whole United States? I don't know. I usually just try in the city location. Maybe I could try a whole country, but I mean, if they're not in the whole, because you saw what Ira could do, so maybe he could probably teleport somewhere too. So who knows?
So just
He might be in the entire world somewhere. Who knows where?
if it takes too much of your energy, though.
Yeah, don't stress yourself out. We can.
Wait till tomorrow.
Probably
Well,
tomorrow.
I think there's probably other means we can do to, instead. I don't know. I'm not an expert in such matters as scrying, but seems as if searching a whole country might drain you too much.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't mind giving it a try. But yeah, probably after some good night's sleep. I mean, I got a nice sugar rush from this chocolate, but I normally realize, especially eating so much, that it probably only going to last about 30 minutes, and then I'm going to fall back asleep on Iris' lap.
I'm gonna throw this out there. I think Cleveland might be a bit too hot for us to do anything right now. Between what happened at the shopping and in the alley, I think it might be if we take at least a couple hours to, sit down and take a breath.
And that's kind of, now that I think about it, that's kind of, what if he actually teleported to like Greece? How would we get to him in Greece?
Why Greece of all the places? There is nothing in. I mean, and he remembers he talked to the Greek god of death. No, not the Greek god of death, but the psychopomp.
Well, it's the birthplace of democracy, Walter, and the Olympics.
And I just remember that I talked to the psychopomp of the Greek mythology. Ignore me.
Oh, see, so Greece is pretty well known. And besides, especially if he likes, if he's like going after stuff that we're kind of made of, Europe is probably a prime hotspot. I just thought Greece, but could be Jerusalem, or he could perhaps teleport to, any place that has a major strong not resident, that's too big of a word for him. A strong angel stuff.
Ah.
I was like, what's the word that he would use? He can't use residence. Yeah, strong angel stuff or strong demon stuff.
We need to go someplace it's like a spiritual nexus.
Like that.
I think we're making a lot of assumptions right now.
Yeah, I think the best thing to do maybe right now is to go home, get a little bit of sleep, try to recuperate.
God, I just smoke.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll be joining you all shortly. Just give me about 15 minutes for the sugar rush to wake off. You just see their legs start kicking back and forth.
Would Ira have any idea? She's got like a little bit of occult and esoterica. Would she know of any place that would be like that? Like a holy ground type thing that the person might have escaped to? Or if there's like a warded place, like if that was a thing?
You wouldn't know specifically if there was like a ward place. Anyone could ward anything, so that wouldn't be good. They are, if you're talking about just in the world, there are probably hundreds of holy places. So with just that information, you wouldn't be able to narrow it down or anything like that.
But nothing about like anything specifically that would stick out in her mind as like awakened mage folk kind of thing.
Nope.
Trying to see if she's got any streetwise. Damn. All right.
All right. So I guess we head back to our chantry.
Yeah, we just head back and regroup.
Get to rest.
Some sleep.
Mm-hmm.
We've been through it tonight.
Oh, it's been a night, fam.
Your drive home is uneventful, and if there is nothing else you all wish to do, you are able to find your way to your beds, and you're able to rest easy for the evening.
Yes, for those who are watching, we have been on the same willpower quintessence roll for like 3-4 episodes straight. So it feels good to finally get our pool returning. I love it, quintessence. I love you. Oh no, it's 10. I got 10, I think.
Do we like regain 1 willpower per sleep, or how does that work?
Yes, one.
Let's go. More willpower.
Then you can earn more by playing your nature and demeanor.
Oh.
Yeah.
Which I do a lot.
Yeah, I would say Ari was full on kid status with the ice cream and kicking the legs.
Yeah, I will say Ari would have regained 1 as well. Let me see. Let me check all of your thingies.
Yay.
I just want to throw a little vignette. Walter would probably ask for his weed stash back from Aaron because now he needs to borrow it for a while.
I would say based on all of that, each of you would have regained 1 additional point of willpower through playing your natures and demeanors.
So, quick side question: was the weed that was given to Gelwyn Irons or was it Walters? I'm curious.
I think that was Walter's.
I don't think Galen cares.
Because if you remember, before we went to the shopping center, Walter just gave Aaron the 10 that he has.
That's what I was thinking.
Stash.
I was like, wait a
Give
second.
back a significantly smaller sack.
He doesn't mind.
Oh, man. That's funny.
Yeah, I totally forgot about that.
I just thought about that. And I was like, wait a second. Oh, wait. Gelwyn got the Walter good stuff. Okay. So I guess we sleep. We wake up. I think waking up, the first thing, because they were kind of thinking about like holy symbols and such, they realized one of the rings that this individual is looking for is a ring that is tied to their lineage. But I don't think they know what lineage they belong to. So I think Ari is going to do some studying and see if there's a way for them to discover pretty much what's that called? Ancestry.com, but for angels.
Wow.
and see perhaps if there's a way to be able to discover their lineage per se. Then from there, then perhaps they can start ironing down like holy spots or something.
Ancestry, but for angels.
Yep.
How do you intend to look that up?
Ancestry.com.
Ooh, that's a good question. Spirits. Because they have spirit too. And I think spirits is the closest that they have to be able to, who could be able to connect with one. So I think Ari would try to talk to a spirit to see if they perhaps could be able to give some guidance. And they've never used their spirit spear before. This would be a first time, actually.
Okay. Yeah, so with, I believe you have Spirit 2. With Spirit 2, you can put out kind of a general beacon into the spirit world, and whomever or whatever is nearby can choose to respond to it. If you have any higher dots of spirit, you could attempt to do other things. But with Spirit 2, you can put out a call.
Okay, they'll probably do that. They'll probably just sit next to the Ira and then be like, okay, 1 second, I'm just about to do a quick telephone call. They go beep, 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 beep. And then they're going to pretty much, especially in their chat tree, just essentially try to send out a signal of sorts and see if there's a spirit that they could talk to who could perhaps answer some questions for them.
If you need any help
right,
translating.
Oh, yes. Yes, that is true, because they do not, they don't know additional languages. So I retcon just a little bit. I think they will go first to Diesel to inform Diesel of their plan first, because they can't translate. they can't translate. They don't know additional languages. So is it right if all three of us could be in the room before they do the
Yes,
signal?
my pipe allows me to speak with spirits and understand them. So
okay.
Diesel will stick next to you and help you out with this.
Perfect.
Sure. So if you guys want to, talk to each other to just arrange that, you are more than welcome. For this, it will be a difficulty of 5, since it will be a coincidental effect to summon them.
All right. Let's see here. You know what? Since I got all the back, I might as well go ahead and use 2 to knock it down to 3. Oh, wait. I can use Prime to break plates and get quintessence back, right? I forgot about that. Anyway.
You all also have tasks and stuff from your node that you could use.
Yes, that was perfect. So 5 successes. 5, 7, 7, 8, 9.
Okay. So as you begin, describe for me what this looks like. Actually, how do you do this?
Oh, I think in this circumstance, because of the fact they feel like they're connecting to a spiritual place, they feel like they should be more like their natural selves. So their wings starts to unfold just gently, first like curled up before it extends, and as little feathers starts to flow around in the distance, it kind of wraps around them in a bit, almost as a little wind picks up. You see almost like a bronze glow start to spread across their faces, like golden freckles just starts to appear. And then as they open their eyes, they're going to try to reach out to them.
Okay. And as you place this call, nothing seems to happen at first. Is there anything you all wish to do after this happens?
Just want to see what happens.
I mean, Diesel probably is playing like a dirge of some kind, because like pitch pipes aren't really meant for like to play like tunes, but you can play like, a different series of pitches on them, and I think that like it ends up kind of sounding a little bit like a dirge as they do. So like they're just sort of, it sounds very mournful, very reverent, but they kind of just they play their pitch pipe.
Mm-hmm.
Their pipe of Jophiel.
Oh.
Okay. And as you begin to play your song, nothing seems to happen at first. And as you all are kind of sitting there, you all begin to feel your cell phones and the other computers and things like that around you begin to kind of hum. And it sounds like, if you've heard that static electricity hum, it begins to happen. And it's almost as if you begin to hear conversations taking place that don't seem to make any sense. It's almost as if you're tapping into many different conversations all at once. And as you hear these voices beginning to mix together, the sound begins to rise and rise as the lights begin to flicker on and off. Before Diesel, you begin to make out a sound amongst the chaos. And a voice seems to speak to you, but you can't tell if they're addressing you or addressing someone else or speaking to any of the many, many voices around you. Who calls for me?
Me too. We call for you. My friend calls for you. Sorry.
Hi. What is your name?
Children don't
Right.
have any name.
Wow. No names. Well, it's nice to meet you. I'm Ari.
I know who you are. I know who all of you are.
Oh, you do?
Of course. The Queen Mother knows who all of her children are.
Oh. Hey. Hey. Wow. Well, oh wait. Do I need a roll? Sorry. Oh, see, I know what this is. I see. I mean, they have a high occult and such. Would they know what this is, or should I roll for it?
But unfortunately, a cult will not help you on this one.
Oh, really?
If any of you have cosmology, that may help you.
Yes, I have.
Let's see.
I have what?
I have 3 in cosmology.
I have 3. Yeah, I have 3 in cosmology as well.
Celestial chorus.
Celestial chorus.
So you may both roll intelligence and cosmology. Difficulty 6.
I have what? Is it possible for me to roll as well?
Yeah, you have at least one dot you can roll.
Okay. All right. Well, my
Stay in the dice tray.
4 successes.
Only 1 from me, unfortunately.
oh, nice. Because I have specialty intelligence. I have 110. Says. Well, what was the difficulty again?
6.
5. Oh, it was 6?
6.
Yeah, 6. Yeah.
5 6.
Oh, then never mind. I didn't get any successes. But yeah.
Okay. How many did you say you got, Ari?
4.
5.
sorry.
Wait. 5 for me. I have 0, 2 8s, and a 9.
5 for you and 4 for you, Galen.
Yes.
Okay, so first, Diesel, you aren't entirely sure what it is you're talking to. It sounds strange, and you realize that it's certainly not one of the more nature-based spirits you've encountered in the past. This one seems much more alien to you. For you, Galewind, you are aware, based on where you are and kind of the way this entity is speaking, you are probably speaking to a spirit of stasis or static nature. From your understanding, they serve in the ones in the Lord's creation to balance and to bring order to the world around you. Ari would understand that they are speaking to one of the entities related to keeping things normal or orderly. It is certainly not a celestial entity as far as you know, but it is maybe related to kind of the city and computers and things like that.
Okay.
So Ari smiles bright to the bit as he hear the voice come through and says, "So, I was wondering if you could help us. We were trying to see who we descend from, and we were wondering if perhaps you may give us a clue, or may perhaps know who we come from."
The spirit doesn't seem to react at first, but then you all begin to see as the lights and the electronics in the room seem to all begin to flicker on and off at the same time. And then you hear a voice that can almost sounds like it's coming out of everything around you. And why should I help you all?
This would allow us to fight against the Nefandi. and make sure that they don't find out what's going on. You're about order and balance, and we're trying to keep the balance. And if he gets this ring, there's no more balance. It's all bad stuff. Very, very bad stuff.
I imagine
Rolling
Diesel
charisma
is translating
Yes, I
back
would
and forth.
say-
Yeah.
Yes, if you wish to do this in real time, you're more than welcome to. I will not prevent you, but I believe it would be more comfortable to just to have that happening.
Oh, right. Yeah. I was just wondering, because Diesel is assisting with like translation, could I also assist like with like a charisma roll or something like that?
Ooh.
Yes, I would say you can either just add. I say what you could do. You can roll the roll and see. You can affect the difficulty, but it is going to be a charisma and either empathy or expression roll. Difficulty will be 8.
So whatever I roll would add to Ari's roll, correct?
Your roll can reduce the difficulty by up to 3.
Okay. Well, this is my biggest pool, so like dice pool. So if you're okay with that, Ari, I'd love to like help you out with this.
Fam, I have all ears, like bring it in, because Ace, I'm like, you know, he's more appearance than charismatic. He has the specialty of cute, but he's a little charismatic.
You all have not done what you're supposed to do before you do this. No, you know, the things,
So
consequences.
they are. My difficulty is also 8.
Yes.
Okay. And I'm guessing we're not going to put flirtatious in this?
No.
Okay.
Oh
No.
boy.
No.
Gosh, oh man, not only did I not roll any successes, I freaking botched.
Oh no.
Oh no.
My
So
dice
what
don't
actually
like me
happens
today.
is you it's almost a very small thing, but you end up mistranslating exactly what the spirit says, and that's actually going to increase the difficulty by 1.
I'm so sorry.
It happens, fam. It happens.
Yeah, it does happen. It does suck though when like you try to help and you hinder.
Yeah, and it's literally my best roll. I didn't roll a single freaking success. Man.
Probability.
Oh,
I'm sorry, little man, little kiddo.
I did have a question though. If I recall correctly, don't we get an extra? Ira and I get an extra bonus for speaking to spirits, right?
Let me double check. I believe it is only spirits related to you, but let me double. No, it's slightly different. Let me just double check that.
Yeah, because I think I remember they say you don't want to pretend like you're like my dad is this, so you had to bow down to my will. But I remember them saying you get like a bonus with talking to spirit. That's what was one of the reasons why I was going down the spirit tree. But yeah, let me read the book.
Yes, it is a deal with a high umbral entity.
Yes.
I will say this entity will count as a high umbral entity, so you can add 2 dice to your pool.
Nice.
Okay, that helps. So I'm difficulty 9, but I get 2 extra dice. Okay, that way that helps. 2. All right, I have 3 dots in charisma, and then 2 in expression, and 2 in empathy. Okay, so I could choose either or, and I'll add 2 more. Difficulty 9. Ooh, this will be rough. Okay, that is surprisingly 2 successes.
With 2 successes, you're having a hard time properly gauging what this spirit is feeling, to use for lack of a better word, but it doesn't seem to be angry at you, and it does seem to be listening. What else do you do? After this gets translated, the spirit, you can see the kind of electronics are still pulsing on and off, but it seems to be moving slower.
Can I do like an insight roll to see like what? Because I know we're on the same page per se, but I want to be able to put it in the right words, so therefore she can understand how this benefits her.
Roll a perception empathy roll at difficulty 8.
Ooh, okay.
8.
Don't you are
Oh, these are some high numbers. Okay.
you are
I'm
trying
like,
to insight a technology-based spirit without ever having dealt with spirits or technology like that before, and you can't see it. So at the same time, that makes it difficult.
Wait.
Perhaps you should have planned longer for the summoning of a spirit. Who knows?
They're 8 years old. Like they're really gonna be like, oh yeah, let me go ahead and wait like
Yeah,
weeks.
I know.
Sorry, my apologies. There is not insight in 20th edition. I just realized. Empathy. Okay. I didn't realize that. I was like, wait. Oops. Sorry, that's a 5e term. Okay. So you said perception and empathy. Okay. Difficulty 8. Yeah, 1 success.
You gather that the spirit, although it doesn't seem to be hostile, you haven't given it a reason that it should take an action to assist you. You do gather that it doesn't generally like Nefandi, but you also haven't given it a particular reason to like you either.
Ari's charisma 3, but intelligence 4.
I will say, Aaron, give me an intelligence and occult roll or esoterica. Aaron has a weakness, but sure, either of those. I would say Walter can make that same roll, and Galewind as well.
Was Walter present for all this? I thought he wasn't.
Well,
Okay.
if Walter's not there, that's fine. 3 for Aaron.
Wait. Can you
Walter went to go sleep.
can
Yeah.
you repeat the roll? I'm sorry.
Intelligence and occult or esoterica.
Okay. Intelligence and occult. Okay.
And it's 6 difficulty.
Archimedes. Occult. Okay, and 6. Okay. All right, 1 success. So
With 1 success, Gilwind, you are getting, this is kind of dawning on you that, first of all, doing this the way you've done it is incredibly dangerous and ill-advised. You've seen people in the Celestial Courts proper, they would usually have prayers, have the things to guard, a whole ceremony of things. But there is something that you feel like is kind of on the tip of your tongue, but you're forgetting, and you remember kind of in some of your earlier studyings for dealing with these things, there's something else that you're supposed to do, and you just can't quite remember it.
Oh no.
Aaron, it dawns on you that you should probably give it some sort of gift, and you do know that everything in existence uses quintessence in some form. And you all do have a large amount of what is effectively physical quintessence that you aren't currently doing anything with.
Yeah, and I think that definitely is a thing that Irene is capable of doing with her spheres. So yeah, Irene will kind of manifest out some of her quintessence and kind of shove it out into the ether. It almost looks like a little quintessence Irene stepping out of herself into the wind.
Okay, so you wish to give some of your quintessence, or do you wish to use from your node?
I feel like giving it my own will give it more of a personal touch, and it feels more respectful. So I will give my own.
Make me an RT roll, difficulty 6.
This is so cool. Okay, sorry.
Okay. Okay, so you do begin the beginnings of kind of transferring some of the quintessence that makes up your pattern, and as you do, the rest of you see from several of the electronics around you, cables begin to launch themselves out and begins to wrap themselves around Aaron's wrist. And Aaron, you can feel the quintessence being drained from you. However, because you have given it freely, it does not hurt. It almost feels weirdly pleasant. How much are you trying to give away?
Would Ira know like how much is considered a respectful amount as a gift of quintessence?
I would say like negotiating, you would know there isn't a single like number, but generally the more the better, because that's just how things work. But you figure you probably wouldn't want to do lower than 5 is what I'll say.
Yeah, then she'll go 5 for sure.
Okay. Let me see. Let me roll. Let me roll. As you kind of begin to stop the transfer of quintessence, you see that cables don't let you go immediately. And you all can kind of hear the sound that, for Diesel, you can begin to hear the voice go, "Very well. I will accept an offering. Now pay me for the information you want. I will ignore the rude manner with which I was called here."
Oh, sorry. I can give you some advice. I have a lot. And they'll offer them quintessence as well. They'll offer them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They'll just get it back by smashing plates.
Sure. And you feel these kind of cables wrap around you, and it doesn't feel painful. It just feels weird. Kind of like if you've ever gotten like a shot before, that kind of weird feeling. After a moment, the cables release and the voice returns. "Very well. I do know what you're connected to, though I cannot say its name. I can tell you there is another human like you in your city."
What's the human's name?
Damien.
Okay. Taking down notes. And so he's from the same lineage as we are?
Not the same, but familiar.
And he could be able to help us find who we come from?
Perhaps if you can convince him to work with you.
Okay. Wow. Just so I won't be rude next time. I'm sorry, I'm still kind of new to this. You're very nice. What's the proper procedure to meet up with you next time?
You would need a name and proper protections. I will not offend Queen Mother by hurting her children, but others will not feel the same.
Oh. Well, that's good to know. Sorry, I'm still new to this. I thank you so much. I appreciate it. And he looked towards Diesel like, this is great. What about you? You can talk to her, right?
Yeah, of course.
If you want to ask her questions or something, I can give her more contestants if you need. If you want to ask her a question.
I don't have any specific questions at this time. I'm only interested in making sure we have the tools to keep you safe.
Thanks. What about you, Iron? Do you have any questions?
No, I'm good. And you see that Iron's just still like kind of trying to process all of this.
We do want to thank you for taking the time to answer Ari's questions, and we will take the proper steps next time if we need to call on you again. Please forgive us for our ignorance.
Very well. Everyone is foolish, I suppose. And as the last part comes through, all of the computers and things around you seem to shut off all at once. And then a silence fills the air that almost seems uncomfortable, kind of like being in a loud room that suddenly goes dark quiet.
Mm-hmm.
What do you do?
I think we should have breakfast.
Your breakfast sounds good.
At this stage, Walter wakes up because that would be funny.
You're gonna win breakfast.
Okay.
I'm afraid we only really have I have stuff for oatmeal. How do you feel about oatmeal?
It's food. I can never. I can
make it sweet. I can make it savory. I can go either direction on it. I know you probably want sweet.
Yeah,
How do you feel about chocolate chip oatmeal?
Yes, please.
This poor child is going to be a diabetic, and it'll be
I got the
all of our
flaws.
faults.
I got the flaws of addicted to chocolate. I guess sadly it's probably going to happen. But
And as mages begin to make preparations for their breakfast, we will take our break here. Right. So as we left our mages before, they had just begun a simple breakfast after having an interesting encounter with one of the many spirits in the area. If there was nothing y'all wish to discuss at breakfast, I would say we will pick up our story just as you all are finishing up and deciding what it is you wish to do next.
yeah, I think we were going to essentially, break some plates, whatever the case would be, to gather some contestants. But
Break some plates. It just sounds so funny to me. But
that's the example I read in the book. I was
Break
just
some
like,
plates.
okay, I guess that's how it works.
All right, I will say just real quickly, roll me. It'll still be considered a coincidental effect if you have either Prime 4 or Prime 2 and Matter 2. Roll it, and you get contestants based on the amount of successes. It is coincidental, so it'll be 5.
Rolling Arte.
Yes. Not botch, friends. 3, okay. All right, so with 3, how many did you roll, Ari?
Oh, yeah. Give me 1 second. Yippee. What was the difficulty again?
You're using 2, it's 5.
A 5? Okay.
Yep.
Oh, 4 successes.
Oop, okay, so I believe that will be 6 and 8 points of quintessence returned.
Yay! Oh, that feels better.
God,
Oh.
nothing like smashing things.
Oh, I see why you like to do this now. It feels better.
Meanwhile, the rest of us just watching, like, what is happening?
Oh,
For the rest of you, you just see them shattering stuff. It makes no sense.
We are going to have to replace all of those plates. What?
It's okay. These ones were ugly, anyways.
I think that was my favorite mug.
Oh, we don't know.
Oh, crap.
I'm sorry.
It's fine.
I'll buy you a new one.
Wait.
Thanks, because that was the one my ex gave to me, so kind of glad it's gone. Shrugs.
So, do we know? Do we know what we want to do next? Like, we got a lot. There's so much. I mean, there's this other celestial. Damien.
Mm.
Do we want to try and find them?
Stop. I really want to, if Damien will lead us to whoever set off that explosion. I don't know. I feel affected by that more than Damien, to be true.
Yeah, I've been.
That's completely fair.
Shh, stop. Sorry, I keep turning to yell at my cat.
Okay.
Okay, I was like, "Are you yelling at me?" I was like, "That was like."
No.
So-
Oh! I thought
you
I was
were.
muting the mic.
No, I thought you were
wasn't muting the
yelling
mic.
at us, and I was like, "What did I do?"
I was like, what did I do?
You've now
Oh
said.
no!
Yeah.
Oh, I thought I muted the mic. I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
So
It's okay. It's fine. I was just like, Galen is very forceful today. He's
Yeah.
very, very pressed about something in particular.
No. My cat is obsessed with plastic bags, and I forgot to put one away, and she keeps jumping on the kitchen counter to try to get it. So, I'm sorry, Go.
I thought
No,
you were
you're
talking
fine,
to
you're
the
fine.
I thought you were talking to the baby. I was like, wow, how does the baby understand? Stop. All right. So you're
But no, that's totally fair. Figuring out, we do have two very pressing threads that we have to deal with. Obviously, the mystery surrounding Ari and Iron is tied to all of the things. The only reason why I'm concerned about Damien is because they may also be in danger. But ultimately getting to the root of that danger and taking care of it is probably at least as effective.
They might see other people involved too. They might have another perspective on what's going on. Maybe fill in a couple of missing pieces that we don't have.
You were saying, Walter?
I just want to say I've been whenever I had time, I've been looking into the missing people thing we've been sent here to do originally, and I've been coming up kind of blank lately. I think Damien might have something, since if he's like points at Ari and if he's something like you, and he's not kidnapped yet, he might soon be kidnapped, maybe, and I don't want that to happen. Yeah. I am very weirded out about my skin.
I mean, it's an interesting look for you. It's definitely unique.
That's one way to look at it.
Listen, I'm sure it will be fine, and even if it's not, at least you're still here.
I look like an ashtray.
I mean, you also smoke like one, so
fair enough.
Well, what I could do? Who all can work with space?
You mean like?
what do you mean by that?
Like see stuff from far away and find people from far away and stuff.
I think I might. I think I can do something like that.
Feels like it's up to you. It feels like something that would be up your alley.
Yes, I cannot, unfortunately.
Cause I think I know Ira can, So it sounds like Walter. Reason being is so I remember how we was talking about yesterday of trying to find the person who did it, but he wasn't in Chicago. As we were talking about looking on the entire world, but I was like, if we all work together, then it'd probably be easier to locate if we put an entire world map. Right?
Unfortunately,
we're in Cleveland, not in Chicago. Just
Oh, sorry, Cleveland. Yeah.
are you okay? Are you doing okay?
Yeah, I was. I just still thinking about last night. But
Fair
it's
enough.
okay. It's okay.
you've been through a lot. We all have. It's not easy to.
I never been
all
part
the-
before.
How are you feeling?
No, it's better now thanks to Iron. It's all. It's. I just feel. But never mind. And they gotta like look around for a second. You know, they still they've apologized a few times, but they're just like okay. And they look over and say, if we all like try to wait, do you have it, a Diesel? Like, can you like see off in the distance and stuff?
Like high correspondence?
Correspondence.
Unfortunately, I'm still kind of a beginner in that sphere. It's not one I'm particularly adept at yet. So I don't think I can. On the meta level, I only have one dot in it, so I don't think so.
Okay. What's required for scrying? Is it 1 or 2? Which one?
2. But you all do know with at least 1, you could help on a ritual.
Oh, okay.
If you have at least 1.
I'm happy to assist in whatever way I can, but this isn't my particular area of expertise. I've always hoped that one day I'd be famous enough that somebody could do that for me.
Yeah, I have 1 in correspondence as well.
Oh, then we all can work together then.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So we just need a screen of the entire world, and then we be good. And then we can see where he must be. He has to be somewhere in the world, right?
You're not wrong. He has to either be somewhere in the world or, like I suggested.
I mean, there are several planes of existence.
Oh yeah, that's true. Well, if he's not in the world, then we know that he must be somewhere talking to, and they'll point to like the computer screen of where the spirit came by to talk to him not too long ago. And say maybe they're having a conversation with her. Maybe. Okay. All right, this is exciting. This is our first time working on a spell together, I think.
Yeah, you're not wrong. I don't think I've actually had the chance to do a ritual with you all before.
Yeah, they kind of like rock back and forth in the chairs. Like, okay, I'm going to go and get the screen, and they'll run off to go get Iron's cell phone. Wait,
Clean your hands.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. And they'll run back and get the wipes. And you know how little kids do. Little kids are not going to do like a full on wipe. They'll just do the top half, just like the front end, not even the back half, just the front half. Like, okay, I don't see anymore. And then they go back. So get the cell phone.
So true.
Yeah, and then they'll grab it and bring it back. Okay, all right, there it is. Y'all ready? Are you ready to do this? It's so much fun. I can't believe we're doing this together.
I'm gonna have to show you High School Musical sometime.
What's that?
How would you do that to them?
All right. Yeah, I guess we initiate the ritual rolls to see if we can be able to find this dude on the earth.
Yeah. The difficulty for this is 5.
Okay.
And there will be one of you who will be doing the main ritual. That is the person. And then the rest of you can add your successes to that. The person doing the main ritual has to be the person with the required sphere dot. So for this correspondence 2.
Okay.
And then roll.
Ira, you want to do it or you want me to do it?
That is entirely up to you. I think we're both at the same sphere level on that. I'm 3.
Okay. You go ahead, do it. I help
All
you.
right. Yeah, sure. So my tell me again how the ritual roll works. Just Arte.
Yep.
All right.
Arte difficulty 5.
And we all just roll our rete and a amount of successes. At
Okay.
turn.
So because we're assisting, do we roll anything different or just a straight Arte as well?
Arte
Okay.
Just
The
as a
difficulty
fun side note,
is 5 for all of us.
5.
Yeah. So five for everybody. Okay.
just a fun side note, my dog is snoring and it scared the stuff out of me.
Yeah,
Head up
dogs,
the
dogs snore.
Ooh, okay.
I
You
rolled 3 successes.
get 4 from me.
I botched.
I got 2.
Sorry, everyone.
Okay.
It's okay. It's okay.
So-
It happens to the best of us.
It's like the second time where a help hinders today.
It's a theme.
Okay. So the magic is, you can feel it taking effect, and the ritual is a bit less stable as the kind of the concentration, the focus is thrown off a bit. You're at 11 successes. Do you wish to continue? If there is one more botch, the spell will fail, and things will happen.
Yeah.
Well, probability is I probably won't botch twice in a row, right? Like it's very unlikely, right? Very unlikely to happen.
Looks at my 4 dice.
Yeah, so I don't know, but I'm not feeling too good about it though. So I think I'll let somebody else try.
All right. Well, we're just helping her with the roll of this one, right?
I
You
think,
should just be just rolling your own arte and then adding this.
yeah, but
Oh,
I think you were saying that like even if the people help botch, then that would end it, right? Or no?
yes. In this case, another botch
Yes.
will be bad.
Yeah. So like I'll realize that my assistance is not really going anywhere, and kind of say I'll leave it up to the pros.
That's so cute. All right. And I'll try to roll again.
I will also assist.
I'm gonna roll the Arete. Let's go. Maybe it's my fault. Who knows?
This is 3 successes.
2 successes.
Go to 5. Oh! 1 success. And it's a
Yeah.
10.
There were no botches. Is that correct?
No botches.
Nope.
And you all were looking for the person from the night before, correct? All right. It takes a moment, but for just a moment, the kind of the phone you're working with kind of focuses in on a building in downtown Cleveland. Looks to be oh boy, it's one of the larger bank buildings. I forget which bank it is at the moment. I don't want to say the wrong one. So it's one of the larger bank buildings in the center of downtown.
Oh, you could say anything and I wouldn't know the difference.
Walter just looks at the location.
We got to be accurate here, yes.
There it is.
You know, something tells me ever since our incident with Sarah, they decided to not use abandoned buildings as a hiding spot. Looks over at Aaron.
Yeah. Well. Yeah. What's with that?
I'm so sorry, that's funny.
Okay, so we now know where the person who tried to kill us is located at. So we can either go after him or go after Damien. What would you like to do?
We're going to go after him. We need a better plan
Yes.
than we had the last time.
But we need to. We were almost taken out by this person.
It's a good idea to maybe check in on Damien, because if they're still following through with their original plan, he might be in danger. I'm not sure, because things seem to have shifted on both sides of the aisle.
Would I be able to locate Damien from just the name alone, or will I need to have seen him?
Would not be able to do it just based on name.
Gotcha. Okay.
If you attempted, you would just find everyone named Damien.
Damien, that's what I was thinking.
I don't think we have enough information about Damien in order to be able to properly locate them. I think that we're going to have to. I think going after the person who tried to take us out will provide us an opportunity to get more information about other targets they might be after.
Okay.
Does that make sense to everybody else?
I'm not really good when it comes to battle strategies. My battle strategies are just like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and GI Joe. So I don't really know like how we supposed to take out this.
That's okay. You're not supposed to know these things, so don't you worry about it.
I think me and Aiden might have an idea. It might be a bit too direct, but it's an idea.
Now I'm listening. Now I'm here for this.
Kind of, I mean, we can just nab him, and I think we are strong enough to maybe not get him unconscious for a bit. I don't know. I'm just coming up with this as I go.
You want to try and kidnap the person who killed us,
Yes.
or tried to kill us.
Yes.
Okay.
Almost successfully, might I add.
And how exactly do we have? Oh man, I'm not saying it's a bad idea. It's a very risky idea because if we don't do it just right, we could bring more trouble on ourselves than we already have. Yes. So we need to know exactly how it is we're going to try and get this guy. He has to not see us coming.
You might have to do a bit of a stakeout, learn his day to day, and then.
Well,
I'm going to hell.
That sounds like it'll take a little too long.
Maybe I could teleport in and grab him once we've staked him out. Just make sure the coast is clear. Maybe I can jump through, grab him. I don't know. I've never tried to teleport with anyone or anything, so I don't know if I can come back on the other side. But if I can get in, maybe, with the lamp, and then he's done.
You can teleport.
I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. That's so cool.
I mean... Do we want to practice? Do you want to maybe try to teleport with one of us first to see if you can do it?
Yes.
Are you sure it's not going to end up being a Cronenberg fly situation?
We won't know until we try, and I'm personally happy to volunteer as tribute.
I'm in.
Right?
Guardian goes brr.
Yeah. Diesel will concede to Walter on that one, since he seems pretty adamant.
Well, not really, but it is nature. Too.
No, it's and Diesel understands that and is willing to acquiesce to that nature.
Yeah,
it's a strong friendship. Melts my heart.
All right. So I guess take my hand then, and I'm gonna try and teleport us right through this wall first. I'm gonna start small. Work my way.
Just make sure we don't clip through the wall. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't foresee that ever being a problem.
Right. Yeah. Walter goes along with whatever Aiden does.
Yeah, and Iron will. She'll go for it. So do I need to roll for that?
If you are staying within this building, it will be a coincidental roll. Difficult. The based correspondence 3 effects, so difficulty will be 6. And roll it.
Suddenly, no clip, and I'm not in the back rooms.
3 successes. And what does this look like?
it's almost kind of like similar to like when that quintessence like stepped out of herself, but it's like almost like they move so quick that it's almost like there's a little shimmer of them like left behind, and then they appear on the other side.
The cartoon cloud just.
Mhm.
Okay. So as Aaron begins this ability, Aaron seems to move, but Walter doesn't seem affected.
Huh.
I just end up on the other side of the wall by myself.
Wait.
But seems to work just fine.
Ari just turns their head and they kind of like walk a few steps forward. And I think as that happens, you'll see them also try to follow suit, and then they'll blink next, realizing, oh, well, they'll try to correspond and teleport next to her.
Give me a roll.
So this
Same information.
I'm using this as a way for them to understand that they could be able to now teleport versus just be like, oh, and they now just know they magically teleport. It's just difficulty 5, right?
6.
6. Okay.
Correspondence 3.
All right.
Assuming you're staying inside of the building.
Oh, yeah, they just probably follow suit to where Iris going. 3 successes as well.
It's enough.
So you two can teleport, but it doesn't look like you can take people with you.
I'm kind of disappointed.
No, that's new though. High five.
I just
I
used
I
try
think
to
it still
follow
has
you.
advantages, though. It still has advantages.
Definitely.
I'm
So
still kind of
let's celebrate
disappointed.
the progress. So let's celebrate the positivity of what just happened, not the fact that we can't go.
There's got to be some way to use it anyway. Like, if that feels like it could be a good diversionary tactic or a distraction, maybe.
Yes. Yes, we could run interference, and then they can teleport behind the scenes, maybe behind the group that we are diverting, and gather information. There's lots of tactical ways, and you see a bit of a smile come on Galen's face because he's starting to talk tactics, and so like he's kind of feeling like, yeah, I used to plan some of this stuff out.
I feel like if we put you and Talos together and let your minds do their thing, we could come up with like a pretty solid plan.
Agreed.
But we're all feeling good about the fact that this is likely going to be a bit of a bait and switch, where we distract them with one group and let another group infiltrate and maybe do some information gathering.
Should also check if the bank is under anyone's control, because I don't think going gung-ho in an area that's probably unlikely, but maybe possibly neutral, might anger some of the people that have been tolerating us so far.
As you all are talking, there is a knock at the front door.
What in the...
Oh,
Let's go get it.
maybe our license is finally coming in. We can finally be able to start showing movies.
So Walter stands up. Who's going with him to the door?
Ari would go because Ari is thinking it's the movie license, so they'll probably follow suit. Like, yeah, we about to finally get paid, and then Ari could be able to eat popcorn and run the place.
And if Ari heads towards the door, Iran will very much do like the soccer mom arm and kind of try in front of their sibling there, protect from anything that might be coming through that door.
Walter will go with you. Not Walter, sorry. Diesel will go with you.
Walter will go. Well, Walter goes.
Diesel will go. Diesel will go.
As
I
you
guess we're
get
all
to
going
the door, apparently, you all see there is no one there, but sitting kind of nestled on the ground is a box that seems to be maybe about like this, I don't know, about like this big, and on the top of it, kind of tied neatly, is a small silver card.
Oh, this again.
A small silver cart, you said? Like C-A-R-T?
Card.
Oh, card.
C-A-R-D.
Got it. Okay. I'm gonna see what's on the card.
You take it. There is a single sentence written in this kind of platinum chromy style, and it says, "Come and see."
Using Walter's ID memory, is the handwriting the same as on the card? Or on the envelope?
It's similar. This one seems much more showy. They both were more of a print kind of font, but this one definitely looks more chromy, more visible.
Walter looks at everybody. I think this may be from the same person that sent us the little explosive surprise. Right.
Do not bring that in the house.
Oh, so that's not movie licenses.
All right. Do you maybe want to go inside, Ari, just in case?
Ari would just pull on their glasses just to see if there's any, because similarly last time there were forces around them that kind of indicate there was a bomb. So they're definitely going to take a look with their aura sight to see if there's any magic coming from the box.
Roll it for me.
All right. What's the difficulty?
4.
4. Okay. All right. Woo! 5 successes. I'll take it.
Wow.
You
Sweet.
get a magical signature you don't recognize and mind, a mental kind of pulse.
There's a magic I've never seen before, but then there's also mind magic in it.
Like this.
Maybe they try to talk to us or something? I don't know.
Walter kind of looks at Aaron for, he's not sure what to do.
Ren's gonna try and use the correspondence to see what Ari sees through their glasses, so that she has an actual visual of exactly what they're looking at.
I will say you won't have to roll for that. You have more than enough RT to not roll. You get the same thing. There's one you don't recognize, and then there's the kind of feeling of mental or mind magic.
Yeah, I don't know about this one. The mind magic is weird, but the one that I don't recognize, that Ari doesn't recognize either, is that is very suspicious and unsettling.
Right. I'm gonna open it slowly, and if I start acting weird, you're gonna knock me out.
Why is it that you always have to be the one that puts yourself in this sort of position, Walter?
Walter just shrugged. I don't know.
Haven't you put yourself through enough lately? Maybe
That is true. You should let me do it. Here, just pass it.
Hey, you have the. He wants to say you have a. But he's not gonna fight Aaron.
He's not gonna fight Aaron. He's like, I'm not taking that punch.
I will pick up the box very gently and move it far, far away from everyone. Like, kind of walk further into the side yard with it. Like, still out of the view of people, but like you guys can see her, but nothing will hit you if it explodes.
Oh no.
Some people outside looking at you weird, but nothing else seems to be interesting.
I run flips him the bird.
Wow.
E, aggressive. B, E, aggressive.
Yep, that's my sis.
Do you open the box? All right, and as you remove the wrappings on it, you see inside is a slightly smaller box. And do you choose to open that one as well?
Yeah, she just goes, I just really, one wasn't enough. Two panic attacks before you explode me? Okay. And then she'll open up the middle.
As you open it, you see there is a small a metal helmet that seems to kind of have a visor that comes down the front. And as you open it, there is a small image, a flicker of life that kind of comes from the center of it. And you see a smallish image of Mr. Garrick Brown looking at you, and he goes, right, well, playing this little game with each of you has been amusing and all that, but it is about time that we enter the final stage. You all can meet me using this device, and we can settle our differences, or I can come after you and kill you all then. It doesn't particularly matter, but I'm growing bored of this game, and I really need to find my destiny at this point. And then we're just gone. And as Eamon is standing there, just receiving this message, that's where we're going to end our game for the evening.
All right. So the end game is afoot.
This bitch.
That's where we end with a
That's
Diesel
the
saying,
end game.
this bitch.
The audacity
The audacity, I'm telling
of
you.
this politician.
The audacity, Otis bitch.
Yeah. Oh man, what an episode. I hope you all enjoyed it. Of course, thank you, of course, Reed, for being such a wonderful storyteller. Thank you to this amazing cast for killing it every single episode. And of course, thank you to our viewers, because without you, we wouldn't be here. Next episode is going to be the penultimate episode of season 2. So yeah, looks like we're heading on to the final stretch. So until then, farewell for now.